What's up, everyone? We are back again for another. Has my dislike stuck? It probably did. Give it a second, Celtic. But what's up, guys? We are back, and we have Aaron with us again. He is agreed to come back onto the show after the last
Hi
time.
there.
So,
Holy shit, we have a repeat guest. Holy shit, this is really nice.
Fuck yeah, I had so much fun the last time I had to come back. This shit is too fun.
See, usually we have the problem of people leaving before the show's even over, let alone coming the fuck back. So wow, you're amazing.
Well, I heard about this Black Ariel thing, and I thought that this was a good venue to talk about it.
Wow, you're amazing. Hell yeah.
It's gonna be
I heard
fun.
about that one the other day.
Dude, the memes that have been coming off for the Black Arrow thing has been just so fucking great. Like it's somewhat of a joy being on Twitter, but then you get kind of the assholes. But just some of the stuff that's just been popping up is like that's pretty funny. Like the Jason Momoa thing, and then the like I think one of them was like the Jesus that I shared. Like people are just like upset because they're changing the Ariel, but then they changed the race of Jesus and shit like that. So
yeah, well, Twitter is continuously just a rank cesspool of horrible garbage. So I'm not surprised at all that kind of stuff is happening. But yeah, if it's a bunch of white people getting really mad about a cartoon character, that's just hilarious.
It's always super fun.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit more into the geeking out and segment after the news and whatnot. So, but Aaron, shout out your channel again, just in case everybody that hasn't, who's new to us, has not subscribed to you, so they can.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So my channel used to be called Deadhead Animation, but now, actually, last time I was talking to you was Deadhead Animation, but I changed it. It's called Re-Education now, kind of making everything all cohesive. And yeah, I talk about all kinds of stuff, specifically politics, news, libertarian socialism, communism, fun stuff like that.
Oh, I hope that one conservative guy is watching today, because you would just trigger the fuck out of him. We got one guy that likes to follow us around, and just anytime we talk about Trump, he goes, "Trump derangement syndrome," and I like, they do it so long that it like gets flagged as spam, but I still approve it anyway. Just knowing if he's here just watching, he just like just starts seizing from this.
I do believe that I exploded a bunch of brains the other day because I released a video where I was pro-gun, and none of my conservative haters had any idea what the hell to say. Like, what a fucking cuck soy boy! I can't believe that he likes guns. Well, oh man, I'm so confused.
Yeah, that one threw Von Helton for a loop too, wasn't that it?
Yeah, because he was because we told him what like we're centrist, but we're left leaning and stuff like that. And he just laughs. He's like, all right, let's test this theory. And he asked, I think the first one was, are abortion. You abortion? Are you pro abortion or something like pro choice? And we raised a hand. He's like, are you pro gun? And we all raised our hand. And he was like, I think it just like stopped. It confused him for a second. Then our show just,
you can see the aneurysm forming.
Von's brain.exe had stopped working.
Yeah.
Just blue screen.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that's when our show like took a shit, and then he didn't want to talk to us anymore because. So he fucking,
that was him, dude. He got the Elder Scrolls and shut our fucking stream down. Fucking mystical wizard. God damn you, Von.
Can I join Von Helton in his quest to find the rest of the Elder Scrolls? I do have the map of Skyrim behind me. I can help.
I would advise against it. The last time a young lady went to see him, she was held captive for quite some time. So take your pick. That's the life you want to lead there.
Well, my mom always said if anybody ever tried to kidnap me, they'd probably get me back. So.
Plus, I believe you could probably kick Von's ass. Just saying.
Yeah, but isn't it elder abuse at that point? It's like 100.
And 200% Cherokee.
Out of me, we did fire Billy. We fired him for today, so
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We fired that racist sack of shit. But he'll be back next week. It's just a suspension. Get his mind right, you know.
Yeah, told him to grow his hair out a little bit.
Yeah, next week Billy will be back more racist than ever. Just in a can't miss, very special edition of Let's Riff YouTube. So join us.
Aaron's like, wait, what?
That sounds like a fantastic show.
Yeah. Yeah, we hadn't hired Billy when we had you on last time, so you hadn't got to meet him.
I don't think he was.
He has a Richard Spencer haircut, and so we made fun of him.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So,
and he's a former fan of Duck Dynasty, so that helps too.
And who was it? The fucking.
Oh yeah, he voted for Ben Carson in the primaries.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He just really likes Ambien or something.
Yeah. Got to keep him off Twitter and the show while he's on it.
Oh, shit. So we do have a shameful display. Hope he's in the chat at least watching us. Little shit. Anyway, we've been getting some little pushback on this Patriot nurse kind of thing. I've been as you know, is like throughout the week we unlist the show, take clips out, then we put it throughout the week so channel stays active, and then unlist it at the end of the next week. It's confusing, but anyway, but a lot of our Patriot nurse stuff have been getting kind of some pushback. A lot of them are her supporters, I found out, and a lot of them are just like, you don't have your evidence to back this up. I was like, all right, so I dig more digging, and like one of these supporters actually made a shameful display of the week. And I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it.
You have dishonored your family. Shameful display.
I did let this person know you just made the list this week, so it's no surprise.
Oh, you Jericho'd his ass.
Yeah. Well, her ass. But she made
sweet.
it. So I think it was on 2 of the Patriot nurses thing, and one of them. And I've been actually talking to our friend Christina, who is an actual nurse, and she's been like going back. We've been going back and forth a little bit. If you're not in the Geek Room community, it's on Facebook. Let me know. If you follow us on our Facebook page, I'll send you the link. But we've been kind of talking back and forth on what is considered a nurse. Now, I will go ahead and say we have not gone against like shitted on her credentials. She went to school for it, but she's still technically not a fucking nurse because she is not a registered nurse. So this one right here says, okay, she is a real nurse. She does have a bachelor's in nursing, so you might want to look up someone's credentials before making assumptions, judgments, immature comments, and a stupid video. She's not just a midwife. She has a nursing license. Don't try to twist it just because she chooses to practice with herbal remedies, traditional medicine. That in no way means that she's not legit. You don't have to like or agree with her. That doesn't make her a fraud. Also, a person does not have to be pro-vax in order to work in the medical field. Anyway, there are many doctors and nurses who are anti-vax, so I'm not sure what world you're living in, but for being geeks, you aren't very smart. I had to break that.
Suck my dick. That's my rebuttal. Like, here's the one thing I'll say about this before I just let you say what you got to say about this. I don't give a fuck what she has as a credential. Honestly, the fact that she comes onto her YouTube channel and tries to put across that she is actually a nurse when in fact she's not, and gives out advice about, you know, not vaccinating your fucking children and a lot of other advice that's actually pretty detrimental to your health. Yeah, I have an issue with that. So I don't give a fuck what kind of piece of paper she has. She's a goddamn idiot.
You can have a degree in nursing and not be registered. My mom was a CNA and had to constantly get her license renewed like every X amount of years or whatever. And if you haven't done that, then no, you're not. you have a degree in it, sure, but you're not registered to practice, so therefore you shouldn't be.
Sure.
None of us is like shitting on the degrees that she has. She went through the schools and stuff like that. But what the thing is, that one website that I looked up, who unfortunately found out her real name, so that's the way I found looked it up. You can go to like government sites to look up licenses, and that's what I did. So I looked up her name, I looked up in the state and stuff like that. She is actually not a registered nurse, and she's actually not a registered midwife either. She has no licensing in Tennessee and North Carolina, in the 2 states that one article was putting it in. I've been trying to check everywhere else, but I have not found Patriot Nurse's real name, which I'm not going to I'm not going to say anything. But she is not a registered nurse nor midwife. And I think Pat's in there said it's on her wiki. I don't know how long ago that, the wiki says she has a degree, but again, she's not a registered actual nurse. So I still stand by my thing that she is not a nurse. She has a nursing degree, she has nursing skills, but she's not a nurse. So
yeah, and not only are you not a nurse, you're not a patriot either. So your whole channel's clickbait. Fuck you.
And I think the other one that I had, which she gave, this person inadvertently gave me a new fucking video to put out for. She has a bachelor's of nursing. She is a registered nurse. Get a new hobby, dumbasses. She links me to a anti-vaccine video that says that why this nurse is not getting vaccines or doesn't support vaccines or shit like that. I'm like, how is that your fucking evidence that she is a nurse? She's going to say she's a nurse, but again, if she doesn't have the requirements and licensing, she can't be there. She can't be a nurse. She's not a nurse.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds to me like even if she was a nurse and she's promoting this idea of not allowing people or convincing people that it's a good idea to not vaccinate their kids, it doesn't really matter if you're a nurse, doctor, a fucking scientist. It doesn't really matter. You're promoting false claims, and it's going to end up injuring or possibly killing children. So I don't really think that it matters whether or not she is or isn't. Like, that's just terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's using a title that she really shouldn't be using to try to convince people of her notions that, like I said earlier, are detrimental to one's health. So yeah, fuck her. Like, and who the fuck is out here defending her? Who the fuck is that?
Well, it's just like Dr. Kate Hovind, right? Or any number of these Christian fundamentalist people that'll go around talking about total bullshit. And then, like, they're not real scientists, they're not real doctors, but they'll definitely tell you that they are, even if they have a doctorate in fucking religious studies.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's some girl named Artsy33. That's her YouTube name. But again,
yeah. Well, you told us to get a new hobby. Why don't you get a new hobby other than riding the Patriot nurse's dick? Like, fuck, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. Like, I'm going to quote the redneck from South Park here. Why don't you help yourself to a goddamn science book? Get the fuck out of our chat.
The difference between our hobby and your hobby is that ours is profitable and yours is
something.
It's something. So, but yeah, so no, she is still not a nurse. I still stand by it unless she comes on and shows her nursing license that is up to date, like this year, then I still stand by it. And if she ever shows it, now I'll be the first one to be like, oh, okay, she's a nurse. Fuck, I was wrong.
But I'm still gonna say the same shit. Just like Aaron said, it's like, I don't give a fuck what you have.
Yeah, so that's the shameful display of the week. I guess we'll just go ahead and see what the hell is making Bran a salty boy today. Salty motherfucker.
Breaking news, guys. Have you heard? I don't know if you've heard this breaking news yet, but apparently they've cast a black woman as Ariel. Now, I'm not going to just harp on that because I know we're going to be talking about that later on. As a matter of fact, what I had to say is a little bit more of a broad spectrum that is Disney reboots and live action remakes. Because I think we're bitching about the wrong stuff here. I'm sure you'll all recall when Beauty and the Beast was remade, there was a huge backlash over LeFou is gay. When he was gay, obviously, as fuck in the cartoon, nobody does it like Gaston. I'll just leave it at that. Every time there's a Disney live action remake that comes out, there's always some stupid ass backlash over things that are really inconsequential and don't matter in the broad spectrum. I think you even have people bitching about Pumbaa for the upcoming Lion King reboot being too scary for children when that's what a goddamn warthog looks like. But I think if you pull back and stop bitching about a black Ariel or a scary warthog or a obviously gay character being gay, then I think you'll realize that what Disney is doing that we should all be bitching about in the long span of things here is that they're actually ruining our goddamn childhoods. And I'm going to tell you why. Because not one single Disney live action reboot that I have seen has really been anything on par with the original films that they were in any shape, way, form, or fashion. Now, I know in saying that, it's incredibly difficult to do a remake of a film and have it turn out even somewhat on par with the original, but it has been done. It is possible to do. I think that we really should be bitching about the fact that they're taking these movies that have already been established, that have already been big money makers, and they're just vomiting them back out onto the silver screen for us all to pay hard-earned money to go see. And the problem maybe isn't even just with Disney. Maybe it's us, because we keep giving them our fucking money to go see what is inevitably garbage 10 out of 10 fucking times. So if you want to know what's making me salty, no, it's not the fact that Ariel is going to be black. It's the fact that the whole fucking movie is going to suck from the beginning credits to the end credits, and everyone out there is still going to give Disney their fucking money as if they need it to go see what will be inevitably a piece of shit. So help me out, folks. How about this? Instead of bitching about trivial bullshit, how about you actually ask Disney why they won't make a film that's actually of standard for me to give 10 to 15 bucks to go watch? And I think at the end of the day, after all the Disney bullshit, that's really what's making me a salty boy.
Salty.
Yeah.
Oh, so salty.
We got a commentary in the back. Oh no.
Oh no, I'm gonna like this movie. Don't talk shit about Disney.
Don't talk shit about Disney. The ghost of Disney will come and haunt you.
No, really, that's my big fucking thing, man. It's like people are bitching about all this trivial shit, but does anyone ever sit down and watch these fucking movies? Like, I watched Aladdin. I watched Aladdin a few weeks ago, and it's like everyone's bitching about Will Smith's CGI. It's like, yeah, it looks fucking retarded, but I mean, like, listen to the motherfucker sing. He phones it in the entire goddamn movie. Like, it's I don't get it. The movies themselves are garbage. Why are we nitpicking this little minuscule shit out of it and making a big deal? Like, don't go see the movie not because Ariel's black. Don't go see the movie because it's going to be garbage and you know it is.
Yeah, that's totally true. The problem with all of this is that it's just outrage marketing, right? Like they do this all the time so they can get people to come and fill seats because they're either so incredibly mad that somebody is destroying their childhood, or they feel so vindicated that they're finally going to get to see whatever it is, X minority finally being represented, and it's a false sense of actual representation, right? This is done all the time, and you could see it in things like Nike advertisements. You can see it in all manner of different sources of media, right? What this does is it enrages conservatives because they see it and they think, oh my God, I can't believe that a black person in a white person role, you know, they would never change a black person role to a white person role, and it just perpetuates this cycle. And then liberals get to look at this and they get to think, oh my goodness, I feel so absolutely vindicated that finally we get to see whatever it is, a black Little Mermaid, because we've been waiting so long for what? Exactly. This is a story that's been retold hundreds of times over and over and over again. I think it's from like the 1800s or earlier,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
think
a
about
completely
1836.
nonsensical story. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying I think the actual date I've heard is like 1836.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
It's a super old story. It's been rehashed over and over and over again. And even the one that they're complaining about, which is the Disney version, was made in like, I don't know, it was made fairly recently, within the last 50 years or so. And that's the
Sure,
one that
like
they're
the late
complaining about.
80s.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one that they're complaining about. They're not complaining about how originally in the story of the Little Mermaid, she was cursed that she would actually die if she didn't end up getting with the prince, and that she turned to sea foam and all of this sort of thing. Like, they don't care about the actual story at all. At all. This is all just outrage fucking marketing. It's a collective delusion. Basically what this is we are right now participating in something that I like to call the spectacle, right? Where everybody comes along and they start talking about this stupid situation where this tiny little thing is being changed. You've seen the same thing when it happened with Ghostbusters, right? Oh, I can't believe that they make the Ghostbusters women. Well, and actually the outrage that was going on with that was really quite minuscule. It was actually quite small. But everybody lost their fucking minds because that's the point, and that's the way that Disney goes and sells tickets nowadays, is to make people
Yep.
just absolutely go insane. Like I was saying a minute ago, it's the same thing with Nike, right? They released that Colin Kaepernick ad. And a friend of mine, Peter Coffin, he talks about this. They released the Colin Kaepernick ad saying, oh, well, Nike supports supports Black Lives Matter, basically. And all the conservatives went fucking crazy, and they started to burn their Nike shoes. They went out and bought Nike shoes to burn them. And then all the liberals said, oh my God, I feel so vindicated because finally we get to see this Colin Kaepernick, blah, 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 blah. And what happens? Everybody in the news says, oh, this can't be good for Nike. This can't be good for Disney. This can't be good for X Corporation. And you see their stocks go up and up and up and up and up. And they sell more tickets, they sell more shoes, they sell more Keurig fucking coffee machines. And at the end of the day, this is all just a fucking marketing campaign.
Yeah, even
It's
Gillette.
like yeah, it's like the marketers now for each company has like taken like they're marketing from internet trolls. They're trolling us to get these fucking the fucking products. So it's like, I bet you we can like trigger the fuck out of people, and then other people they're just gonna go and buy our shit, so we still get the money, but they're gonna burn it, so they can. It is weird as fuck.
Yeah, they don't give a shit what you do when you buy the shoes or you buy the DVD. Shit on the DVD. Fucking throw the shoes off a cliff. Nobody gives a goddamn. They only care that they get the fucking money, man.
Exactly. I mean, it's smart. Maybe not so ethical, but it's brilliant.
Yeah. Damn. Which I think we actually got a Nike thing with yeah, we do have a Nike video, which we'll get into that right now into the news.
Oh yeah, it's back.
I'm not inclined to continue an interview with a person as badly motivated as you.
We're going to cure cancer.
We're not covering this, all right?
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I literally would never have sex with children. I don't like having sex with children. I would never have sex with children. I am not a Democrat.
You want to let me finish here for a second, Kyle? Shut your mouth and let me answer the question, all right? I'll be happy to answer.
What was supposed to be a patriotic product in advance of Independence Day has turned into a firestorm for Nike. The shoe company is pulling their new flag-themed sneakers at the request of one of their high-profile spokespeople.
Colin Kaepernick has now convinced Nike to pull their new 4th of July sneakers. The Betsy Ross flag is on the back of the Air Max 1 USA sneakers, featuring 13 stars in a circle representing the original 13 colonies.
Believe in something.
When Kaepernick, who appears in Nike ads, heard about the sneaker, he told Nike, the Betsy Ross flag is an offensive symbol because of its connection to an era of slavery.
Some people think that it is upsetting to show an older version of the flag from the 18th century, a time where slavery was still legal in this country. Nike just decided it didn't want to be part of that political and emotional debate.
That was a quick one. Anyway,
Yeah.
Can you actually hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to say something before, and everybody kept talking. I'm like, oh shit, my internet fucked up my microphone, didn't it?
No, we're just
All
being
right, so-
misogynist and talking over you.
Yeah. Real quick, I wanted to say thank you for sending for the $5. But yeah, what are you guys' thought on this?
More of the same of what we just talked about.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't look at that and honestly think that Nike didn't know what they were doing when they released the shoes in the first place. They have teams paid millions of dollars a year to do marketing and all of that. You can't look at that and think, oh, well, we're going to release shoes with a Betsy Ross flag that was released during a time of slavery, and then think that they weren't doing that shit on purpose. I mean, they're not that stupid. Like for hundreds of years, or not hundreds of years, but for however long it's been that they've been selling shoes, they know this kind of shit works. So that's why they fucking do it. And of course they're going to have Colin Kaepernick, their fucking spokesman, come. I'm so offended. I can't believe that you would make shoes with this flag on it. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know exactly what's going on. You're part of this fucking delusion. This is all absolute trash.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know. There's nothing to say. I mean, just it is what it is. Look at it. I mean, like Nike knows the kind of sensitivity in the world today, especially towards certain issues. So yeah, they knew for a fucking fact what they were doing, and it did exactly what they wanted it to do. People are talking about Nike again. They're talking about Nike spokespeople again. Yeah. People are going to go out and buy them to burn them. People are going to go out and buy them to support them. Nike wins.
Congratulations, you turned yourself into free marketing.
Yeah.
I once said a long time ago that I wondered if like the marketing people go into the boardroom and actually think out like anything well like put together anymore, or if they just go like, okay, what kind of stuff can we make up to make these media addicted monkeys get fucking outraged for the next 2 weeks so we don't have to keep paying for a TV time.
You bet.
And it's brilliant.
Arguing been a Super Bowl. So
yeah, costs way less.
I refuse to be free marketing. Fuck you.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever even like in the last like 15 years. I have never bought a Nike shoe. Like
I can't afford that.
Yeah, you can't afford it.
We should poll the audience to find out how many of them had Nike ads before this show went live.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, that'd be so funny. You had a Nike.
Do we even get
ads?
ads?
Yeah, sometimes.
Every once in a while.
But you know, you think about this too, like it's a limited edition shoe, right? Because they pulled it halfway through. So now it's a very small release of this shoe. So it's a limited edition. So not only are they using outrage marketing, but now they're also making this limited edition shoe that so many people are going to pay fucking who knows how much money just so they can get a hold of these fucking shoes, so they can wear it with their little MAGA hat and all of their and all of this other stuff, so they can fucking trigger the libs. And it's and they're buying their fucking political ideology in a pair of fucking shoes, and that is just so that is beautiful. That is perfect.
And it panders to both sides. But it panders to both sides.
Liberals also have to stop getting kind of miffed about this shit, because then it'll stop giving these kinds of people vindication. Like, just stop getting mad about it. Then they have nothing.
Like fucking like it's the sneakerheads are just going to fucking like just their heads are going to explode now to get this fucking shoes. They're going to pay like thousands and thousands of dollars now.
Yeah. There's like collectors who aren't on either side of this argument that want the shoe just because of the controversy now and because it's so limited.
Yeah. I kind of want to go to the mall to see like what the line looks like when they get fucking released.
See what the people in the line look like. I'm more interested about that.
Oddly enough, it's usually people who look like they're lower income. It's the strangest thing.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. It's like I used to live in a poor section of town, and I'd see people driving around in like really nice cars, and I'm like, well, now I know why you're fucking here.
Oh fuck, we got a Donald Trump video.
He that is good for making
No way.
excuses is seldom good for anything else. That's not me. That's
Who the
Ben
fuck is
Franklin.
this?
You've probably heard of him.
Ooh,
Donald Trump is not someone who accepts losing, like, at all. Whether in his decades in the business world or in his second life as a politician and president, his career is marked with a refusal to acknowledge when he has come up short, and to paint his losses as wins. Yes, I know it's weird, but it's what he does.
All right, pause it real quick.
Maybe he just went to a Tony Robbins seminar and he's just been living his life that way. Like,
No, like I think this video is like he already has an excuse if he loses. Donald Trump.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
He had an
I mean, you
excuse
gotta
if he
know he
was he had an excuse going into the 2016 election if he lost. He was already saying it's probably going to be rigged. And then he won and it was like, nah, it wasn't rigged.
Get away.
It's all planned out.
It's always rigged, but it's the only game in town. That's the problem.
Oh, that is such a good
Yeah.
point. That is such a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
You know, I was reading a statistic just last night, actually. It's something like 90% of all the legislation that's passed has absolutely nothing to do with what the people actually want. You have a better chance literally pissing against the wind and actually thinking that something is going to change rather than actually voting or thinking that any of that is going to make a fucking difference, because it really doesn't. None of this makes a difference.
Just start praying, guys. It'll give you the same effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll get more change when you piss against the wind.
Pray in one hand, vote in the other, and see which one fills up faster. Is that where we're going?
There you go.
I am equally empty-handed. What the fuck?
You keep going.
Triumphant after declaring bankruptcy. He touted his victory after a Republican Congress failed to fully repeal the Affordable Care Act. He said, without evidence, he, of course, would have won the 2016 popular vote if 3 to 5 million illegal votes had not been cast. In Trump's world, he can't lose because, well, Trumps never lose. It follows
Got that tiger's blood.
Trump is already planting the seeds to blame
Hashtag
someone
winning,
else if he loses in 2020. And who will he blame? Why, the media, of course. He would have won easily if he had received positive press coverage. His loss isn't actually a loss because he won by proving that the media is so corrupt. Ooh. Sidebar. It all reminds me of the scene in the remarkable HBO series Chernobyl, where one of the leaders of the cleanup effort is...
I'm not worried about that shit. Yeah, you kind of know he's going to blame the media because he's still to this day blaming the media for shit. So it's kind of, yeah. I don't know. I'm already bored with
It's
this
Trump.
It's Trump. See, this guy perfectly encapsulates what I hate about liberals. You know, they don't talk about anything substantial. They don't talk about anything important. They don't talk about anything that could actually make a difference. But what they're talking about is, oh, well, he said that he would have won the popular vote. The popular vote doesn't fucking matter. The elections are won because of the what is it? The something college, the Electoral College. Elections are won because of the Electoral College. It has nothing to do with the popular vote. Countless times over history, presidents who have won the popular vote did not win the election. It's just a talking point that this little idiot here thinks that he can use to somehow, oh, gotcha, he would have won the popular vote if it wasn't for the media. Come on, man. Like, you're just playing into this shit. Why don't you actually talk about anything important? You've literal concentration camps going on right now. And you're not talking about any of that shit. You're just talking about, Donald Trump's going to lose. Sorry, go ahead.
So it's kind of like the debates we just had then, right? Where it's just a bunch of puff shit instead of actual policy talk. Like no one, or should I say, very few of the candidates have anything actually policy wise to say.
You bet. Absolutely. It's just all, yeah, like you said, it's all puff pieces. It's all just the very minimal of effort. It's all very surface level stuff. What you have is two parties that work for the exact same team. I talk about this sometimes. It's basically like you're watching a wrestling match where you have whatever Stone Cold Steve Austin going up against Macho Man Randy Savage. At the end of the day, they may have beat the shit out of each other. One person may have won, heavy scare quotes on that, but who ends up making the money? It's the fucking WWF, right? They are the ones that always end up being in control of whatever you see in that stupid little ring. And maybe Stone Cold will win sometimes, maybe Randy Savage will win sometimes, but it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter because you're still going to get more war. You're still going to get less freedom. You're still going to get all these things. And maybe you'll see a little bit of change here and there, a little bit. The Republicans will get a few things and the Democrats will get a few things just to make it seem like you're actually getting some sort of thing out of voting. But you're really getting fuck all. You're really just getting fucked over.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect.
Yeah. Honestly, a great analogy. I wish Billy was here to hear the wrestling analogy.
Oh my God.
He would love
that. All right, fuck this guy. We're gonna watch Ivanka Trump be like really, really just awkward.
When is she not? She doesn't know how to people.
As soon as you start talking about the economic aspect of it, though, a lot of people start listening who wouldn't otherwise listen.
And the same with the defense side.
Yeah.
In terms of the whole.
She's not even looking at her. She doesn't want to look at her. Don't look the Ivanka directly in the eye.
NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking.
You're welcome.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Go away, NBC.
Well, that's sad. No, yeah, you can just feel the awkwardness in that conversation when she's like, yeah, this thing, and everybody's like, wait, what?
She doesn't know how to talk.
No. Like
it's sad. Like I almost feel a little bit sorry for Ivanka in that situation. You know, I don't really like Ivanka, but I mean, like, at least give her the time of day. Listen to what she has to fucking say, man. Like, this is sad.
Yeah. Even that one lady next to her, she didn't want to look at her, let alone listen to anything she had to say. That's It's fucked up is in like the context of just like, you know, the social contract or whatever. But it's pretty funny on the grand scheme of things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I'm sure if I can't remember her name, but Hillary Clinton's daughter. I'm sure that if she was in the exact same situation, they would have been on their fucking knees groveling, wanting to hear every word that she had to say. But when it comes to Ivanka, and again, I don't like Ivanka. I don't give a shit about any of them. But like, show her some respect. I mean, like for real.
Yeah, throw her a little cookie, you know, just make her feel like she's
Toss her a treat.
Exactly. A French representative, give her a baguette. She'll be
Oh man.
Hell yeah. All sad Ivanka. I wonder if she got a small loan of $1 million to start out with.
I'm gonna hate to talk about this because this fucking just irritates the fuck out of me because of all the videos that came forth after this. With the fucking teen who licked the goddamn Bluebell ice cream that started this fucking trend. Fuck you, kid.
I'm glad I'm not on the internet
know
at all
who she
anymore.
is. The young woman licking a container of ice cream and then putting it back in the supermarket freezer has been identified by police.
Lick it. Oh, you foul. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
He sounded like he enjoyed
These
that.
new photos taken
Yeah.
from surveillance cameras show
Now
the young
someone's
lady
gonna
and her
have
boyfriend
herpes.
at a Walmart in
It's awful.
Lufkin, Texas. Now she's being dubbed the Lufkin Liquor after police detected the photos.
I at least appreciate the alliteration.
Says the young woman and her boyfriend.
Okay, so I thought that guy said the lumpkin liquor at first, and I was about to lose my goddamn mind.
I was about to go on Urban Dictionary and find out what the fuck lumpkin meant.
Jesus Christ.
Now the term Lufkin is going to be associated with just depravity at this point. It's the Lufkin liquor.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why these people are going? Because I seen another one that was very similar to this, where somebody went and opened up a can or a bottle of Listerine, downed it, and then spit it back in the jug. Like I see like a ton of people do. Is there like some reason behind this, or do you have any idea?
I don't think
As
there
far
is
as I know,
reason.
it's one of those
So glad I'm never on the internet
challenges,
anymore.
you know, where they present
Like-
these
Okay.
things that are fucking stupid. And it's like it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
I don't even think it was
It's a
started
challenge
as
to
a
be fucking
challenge.
disgusting.
Yeah, I think what it was.
I'm so torn on this one because you know it's kind of funny. I don't think that people should go around licking ice cream, but also at the same time, like if anybody knows what that business is, like say if it's like a Walmart or something, I really don't like fucking Walmart. So it just makes me laugh that now it's going to stop a bunch of people from going and buying their stupid shitty ice cream. So fuck Walmart. But also, I mean, like, and I can't feel too bad for this chick because I kind of think that she's a little bit hot. So I mean, like, yeah, I seen her lick ice cream. Yeah, not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, if I found that ice cream, I wouldn't have that much trouble eating the damn thing. I'd make milkshakes out of it. I think that would be fine. But like, yeah, I can see why people are losing their fucking mind over this. Is this front page news? Is this seriously front page fucking news? Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
It's inside edition. Yeah, like it blew up all over fucking Twitter.
I'm gonna jump off a fucking building, man. Like we don't talk about anything important anymore. Like, Jesus fucking Christ! I like.
No, I mean, like if
I know people
That'll
that
be
have
the
like
jingle
went up
after
and took a
my
shit in the
moment
middle
right
of the aisle at fucking 7-Eleven and it didn't make fucking front page news, and now all of a sudden we're talking about this, and we literally have all this shit going on in real life. Like fuck off, man.
Well, see, like if you open your ice cream, first off, if the protective seal is missing, red flag number 1. If there's a tongue print going across the entire fucking jug of ice cream, red flag number 2. So if you eat the ice cream anyway, well, you're just a dipshit who probably deserved to whatever diseases she may
I'm
have
just
had on
saying,
her tongue.
guys, you need to do what we do with eggs and start lifting the lid and just take a quick look before you buy it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, really.
See, even PlayStation grade went da-ding. Anyway, it's kind of like the more
Go
you know.
get yourself a Lufkin.
Now we need to come up
like
with some sort of depraved sexual act to go with the word Lufkin.
It's got to be on the same lines as the lumpkin. So I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe it's is this the female version? Maybe. Perhaps there was tongue involved.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out
I mean,
there.
you
Maybe you
tongue
drop a
plenty of
deuce.
things, but-
Yeah, maybe you're dropping a deuce while you're getting tongued. Maybe that's the Lufkin.
There you go. You have to do it in a Walmart
Don't lick a
bathroom,
Lufkin, man. That's just fucked.
too. You have to do it in a Walmart bathroom too. It'd be the full Lufkin.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you got to put it on YouTube.
The full Lufkin
That's just my
experience.
caveat. Yeah. We want to see them, damn it.
Like I can't get like mad at this chick too bad because I know me and Bran probably done not like went in and like licked every fucking thing, but we done stupid shit and we recorded it.
Sure.
But it's like it's just like
the left and Lufkin.
People used to go into supermarkets and waste all the fucking CO2 out of whipped cream containers all the fucking time. Like,
Oh fuck yeah! That's not gonna lie, that's fun.
fucking whippets, man.
For about a minute.
For about a minute.
But then, like, I think I get more pissed because it started off this fucking trend. Now you see like this one person using Listerine, and then this one person did the same thing. Like, just got his hands in there and just eats it, and then this girl does the same thing.
The Listerine one irks me. It skeeves me a little bit.
Someone was like, "Oh, here's the argument for the Listerine one. Well, it's Listerine, so it kills the germs. No, still that is fucking nasty. I don't care.
You got fucking floaties in the top of it, like half a hot dog is sitting in there. Like, come on, it kills all the germs though. It's fine.
They did all the fucking swish and spit. Like,
I want it sterilized, spit. That's what I want.
And then there was that same one today.
You don't know if Listerine kills the herpes fucking simplex virus, so you don't know.
And then I've seen this
I was just
one
thinking-
idiot that was trying to. No, I was saying I
What's
seen
up?
this one idiot was trying to start a new thing where she was going around and burped on everything. It was like, just stop.
Marking your territory.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Like this is all going back to Ariana Grande licking a donut and everybody losing their mind over that. Like, I mean, like, yeah, don't go licking ice cream from the store. That's just fucked up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just hope that if anyone ever does the Lufkin and puts it on YouTube, that they get like a Bluebell ad before it. That'd be amazing. It's the world I want to live in.
All right. Oh fuck. All right. Fuck this chick. Trump said something about revolutionary at his little thing, and
The Continental Army
Oh, yeah.
suffered a bitter winter of Valley Forge, found glory across the waters of the Delaware, and seized victory from Cornwallis of Yorktown. Our army manned the airport. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do.
Wait, what?
And at Fort McHenry,
Wait, what?
under the rockets.
Is he trying to do his best Christopher Walken impression at this point? Like, it's like,
Well, have you heard his reasoning for fucking that up so bad yet?
Ambien?
He says that. Well, no, he says that because of all the rain, that the teleprompters were fucking up, and I'm just like, I know it's stupid and trivial, but this is why I can't commit to the red team or blue team here. It's like I distinctly remember you people bitching about Obama using a teleprompter as if it's some sort of fucking just asinine evil. But whatever, you fucked that up. Teleprompter or not, airport dude, come on. The ramparts and the airports. That's what the
I like
Revolutionary War was all about.
I think that's fantastic, and I think that we should have had more airports during the Revolutionary War. We really could have we could have beat those bastards a lot faster.
Exactly.
For sure.
You could have just it ended it real quick. God damn it.
It probably never would have happened.
It's the dastardly Green New Deal from the Revolutionary War era that was getting planes taken out of the skies, cow platforms and stuff. That's what it was all about.
He did that because he doesn't know anything about history, right? If he had known at least a little bit about history, then he would know that there weren't airports that long ago. But I mean, like, this is just. We all know that he doesn't know anything about history. We all know that he doesn't know anything about being a president. We all know all of this stuff. He's basically a puppet. You can almost see the hand up his ass in the background, just moving, manipulating the mouth and eyes on this fucking brain dead little puppet thing.
Can anyone? Yeah.
So MAGA people, ultimate patriots here. How do you feel about your sitting president, your god emperor, not knowing shit about American history? How do you feel about it?
That's what happens when your dad, like, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, some people will defend the fuck out of him, like the Kofifi thing. Dude, some people are like, that's a hidden message that, no one knows about. And I was like,
it was an amazing meme.
Yeah, so it's like.
I was there when it happened because I don't fucking sleep. I happened to be following his fucking Twitter at the time just to see what outrageous shit he was going to say next. And I was like, what? Oh, this is about to become a meme in 3, 2. Yep, there they are.
That's what happens
you just finished
whenever
grabbing
your
yourself
dad,
a cup of cafefe and you decided to go on the Twitter just to see what was going on.
He was getting a Lufkin while he was tweeting that. Just letting everyone know. Yes, I just implied that Trump was getting his twat licked while he was taking a dump and tweeting covfefe. That's where we are on this show, ladies and gentlemen.
His man puss. Just getting it.
The man puss. So this is what you get when your dad Billy Madison's your way through fucking school.
Back to school. Back to school.
Oh, that would be a great documentary. Find out Trump's dad paid his way through school and he has to go back and do it all over again, 2 weeks per grade.
Yeah, no, actually turns out that he did actually have to do that, and that's the basis of Billy Madison. It was the Trump story.
Adam Sandler's a prophet, man.
Yeah.
Simpsons didn't do it first. Adam Sandler did.
Who knew that we'd find a prophet in a shitty little town in New Hampshire?
Oh man, that's it for the news because I can't tell you too much more of it. We are going to geek out for a little bit, so we're going to talk about the Ariel thing and Stranger Things. Let's go ahead and do it. Yeah. All right. So, I guess we can get back on topic about the Ariel thing. I know we keep touching base on it throughout the show, but there's like a lot of people. It's the new thing right now. It's the new controversy. They replaced a redheaded white chick on a cartoon, and I like the fucking Jay and Silent Bob thing that's going around. Fictional fucking characters. And people are getting butthurt about it. So it's, I think I watched what's his name? Fuck, the Amazing Lucas? His name? I think he's a commentary person. And he was bitching that they were like he's bitching about like people defending this or some shit like that. It was just, I don't know. It was a strange fucking video. But it's just weird, like Aaron said before, it's like we have actual concentration camps going on like right now, but we are so fixated on they want to redesign a character a little bit that's what America's butthurt about right now. When
you have to start giving the conspiracy theory people a little bit of leeway when shit like this starts happening.
I love that we have enough people that are privileged and doing well enough in their lives where this is their main focus.
No shit.
They don't have bills to pay. They don't have to worry about like feeding their kids or feeding themselves. That they can just get butthurt on the internet about a cartoon that they probably actually don't give a shit about.
How old are these fucking people that are complaining about this, man? Like, exactly. I literally, like, after this, I'm going to go clean the gutters out on the roof of my house. Like, I don't have time to be paying attention to a fucking cartoon character. I don't give a shit about, what is her name? Halle Bailey or whatever. I don't give a shit about any of this. I don't give a shit if it comes out on DVD and, like, my niece or something wants to watch the damn thing, then maybe I might pay attention to it in the fucking background. But outside of that, who cares about a little kid fucking program? Why are you grown-ass fucking 36-year-old adults? You're balding. You're going fucking bald. God damn it. I got gray hairs growing on my nutsack right this second, and I'm not going to fucking care about a goddamn Little Mermaid. This is fucking stupid. Nothing against people that are going bald. Apparently, according to Twitter, I'm going bald too. So, it's fine. I'm just saying we have better things to fucking pay attention to.
I know. I'm fucking 31 years old. I could not give less of a shit, or I could.
And I think it is our generation. Is the people that are 30 years old, our age, that are
they grew up with the
more
movie.
or less people who are older don't give two shits.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah,
I watched the absolute fuck out of that
whatever.
movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, and people younger, they care somewhat because it's a popular thing to be caring about right now, kind of like what we talked about earlier. But it's like our age group demographic is the one that's getting butthurt about it. I mean, for the sheer fact that the story's already been like redone from the original. The original, like you said, original is like she got legs, but she lost her voice, and every time she stepped, it felt like knives like stabbing her. She didn't get the prince. Spoiler alert! If you hadn't read the fucking story, she didn't get the prince. The prince married a princess. Then she dies and becomes Seafoam and is a ghost. I like that story better, but like it doesn't, like, why are you getting so pissed off that a story that's already been changed is changing again?
A lot. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. What's more jarring of a change? Going from a painful tragedy or going from a ginger to a black chick? You know, the story goes from a painful fucking tragedy to a happy family film. Is that less jarring?
Mermaids are supposed to be fucking terrifying anyway. Like this is a blatant misrepresentation of what mermaids actually are.
Mermaids supposed to lure sailors to their fucking death.
They used to drag them into the ocean and fucking kill them
with their siren song.
I remember my grandfather sitting me down and talking to me about how like they fought in a war or whatever, and I think that it's just hilarious that like in whatever it is 30 40 50 years or whatever, when we're all sitting down with our grandchildren and we're talking to them about what we really cared about back in these days, and we just express our extreme outrage about something so stupid like how, I don't know, Finding Nemo was an agender pansexual black person, and just losing your mind about it and just telling them that fucking story, how important it was to everybody on fucking Twitter. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Congratulations, your legacy is rife with triviality.
Our legacies are secure.
Thank you, Boo, for throwing that up, because that's its perfect representation right now.
Behold the field in which I go. That is my entire life in one image right there. There you go.
That's also actually a picture of the Patriot Nurse's garden, so that's cool.
Looks a little sun-baked. You might want to get some water out there.
Yeah, she used to do videos from out in her garden, and it looked just like this. Like, bitch, what the fuck are you growing?
I was
apparently more concerned about
possibly be tobacco because it looks like shit.
Yeah, I'll get to that later, but it was something else that someone was that one person. But yeah, it's just it's just ridiculous. Stop being so pissed off by a little change. I mean, I don't know what else.
There's a book that I highly recommend for people who get pissed off about stupid small shit. And it's a book by somebody named, I think it's Mark Manson. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Yes. And it essentially states that you have essentially a gas tank of how many fucks that you can give during a certain day. And if you give a fuck about what is most important as opposed to small things, then you have a surplus of fucks at the end of the day to give a fuck about small things. If you're just constantly giving a fuck about small shit that doesn't matter, then you have nothing left for what's actually important.
That's deep. That's actually really fucking smart. That is a great fucking point.
I got it for free for my trial on Audible, and I'm like, wow, this is actually a really great book.
The last line should just be like, in summary, don't sweat the small shit. Now get the fuck out there and live your life.
Go outside and enjoy the fucking sun. Go play in a park or something. Like, run your head into a brick fucking wall. Do something at least, useful to the rest of society.
I read
lick
that
some ice
book.
cream and put it back.
I read that book back to back with a book called Against Empathy, The Case for Rational Compassion, and it was great. They tie in together really well.
God damn it. Guys, fuck.
Yep, that's where we are as a people.
Yep.
If you want to know something to really kind of like get your panties in a twist, I just want to I'm going to segue this into fucking Stranger Things. Why is a kid who started off as like, what's his name? Fucking Dustin? Started off this season with no front teeth and is now a teenager with still no fucking front teeth. Has anybody seen Stranger Things 3 yet?
I've seen it. I think he has some
I haven't
kind of
watched any of it.
I think he has some sort of a condition. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. He just no front teeth. Like in real life, he has a condition, or it's not.
Yeah, I think so.
I think maybe since he's contractually locked into this character, that he's not able to take the Stranger Things money and get like implants.
Maybe not, actually, or maybe he just
he's
chooses not
contractually
to. I don't know.
obligated because of the character.
Maybe so.
Because sometimes
actually.
actors can't
Maybe I
even
am
like
an ass.
shave their head or gain any weight or anything like that due to an obligation to a contract for a character. Like maybe that's part of it.
Maybe I am an
True.
ass. Picking on a
Could
kid.
be.
I have watched it all
already.
already, though. Oh yeah, weren't you the guy that made fun of the blind guy too, Frank?
Yeah, I was.
Oh wait, that was me too.
So yeah, that came out July the 4th, didn't it?
The only thing I know
yeah.
about Stranger Things is that there's an uptick in people interested in D&D because they played it on an episode. And it's all of these people who have no idea what they're doing.
We're gonna be nerds to play
Yeah,
D&D.
it's,
What is it? I don't know.
To be fair,
By
D&D
By
is
all
pretty
means,
fucking
more
awesome.
people. If you want to play D&D, by all means, but like, don't just think you can hop into it because you saw it on an episode of Stranger Things. Like, there is a little more to it than just sitting down with some paper and some dice. Like, you have to. There's rules.
Yeah. You gotta have imagination. I think we're starting to like.
And you
that.
have to have imagination. You gotta,
Yeah.
and it's a group effort, guys. Remember, it's a group effort. Nobody wins at D&D. There's no winner.
Play
It was a
D&D
good
and not
season, though.
AD&D. I haven't seen all of it. So.
I've been DMing a campaign
yeah.
lately, so I'm super into it right now.
I haven't played it in years though, so it's just kind of.
I think I had a
I've
session
actually
last
never.
night. It's really good.
I've never played before.
I'm very proud of my players. They're so good.
Heard a lot of hype about it my entire life, but never played it.
If you're going to start, I would say start with the current edition because they've definitely streamlined it for people who want to start to learn how to play. It's a lot less difficult and a lot less micromanagement than it used to be.
So, are we talking? Did they recast someone as black? What happened?
I don't know.
Is the Demogorgon being played by a Hispanic person?
Oh, I know. I know when 5th edition came out, which was years ago now, people got pissed off about the fact that there was like a small paragraph in the character creation bit in the player's handbook talking about how you can make your character whatever you want. They can be essentially transgender. They can be gender ambiguous, like literally one of the gods that has been gender ambiguous since he was thought up. Because he was an elven god. Like there was an entire like hullabaloo about it when it came out in the quote unquote D&D community, and it was just like, who gives a shit? Just play the fucking game.
How dare you give a fictional character traits? You fucking monster! How dare you?
We don't
kinda
need
like what
character
Southern-
development.
God forbid you want to play your character potentially to something like, say, you're a transgender individual yourself and you want to play your character that way. God forbid you want to do that, and they managed to include that in the fucking player's handbook for you.
You take that shit to the Sims. Fuck out of here. We don't need that.
Let's kind of
Managed
like the
not to spit out my
Cyberpunk
cider.
thing. Yeah, I think like when Cyberpunk said you can be you can make your character transgender. I think there was like a whole like bunch of people just getting pissed off. It's like, well, I mean, if you're making a character, your own character, like you're just like putting it the way you want to, and you're transgender, then why not make it transgender? I mean,
Yeah, like who gives a fuck?
And what they said in the player's handbook was they likened it to a particular god that had been gender ambiguous since the beginning of this god being in D&D, which was several editions ago. And because it was an elven god, it was gender ambiguous. And there was just a whole fucking thing about it. And I heard something briefly about it from my further lefty friends who thought it was ridiculous. And I too also think it's ridiculous that anybody would get mad over that.
Yeah, other people shouldn't have the freedom of choice to give their fictional character of their choice traits and whatnot. No,
I mean, I understand. I understand if you decide to play the character as like their whole thing is that they are this one thing and they have no other defining trait other than this one thing, then yeah, that's just shitty writing. Like, I'm not mad about that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm mad about you being not having enough imagination to come up with a more dynamic character. That's it.
Yeah, I can see that. It's lazy.
Yeah, that's fair. Basing your entire basing your entire self or your entire character off of one silly little trait is definitely nothing really important. Like, but the thing that, and this is a bit of an aside, but like the people that usually get mad about this kind of stuff are, like you said, they're the ones that they're the most in favor of freedom. But as long as it doesn't have as long as you aren't doing anything that just slightly makes them uncomfortable. Outside of that, then you can be free to do whatever you want. Just don't make a video game character that has like that's a woman with like a penis. Like if you do that, you're fucking done. Then
And it
we've
goes,
gone too
it
far.
goes both ways as far as ideology is concerned. If you want to think of it on a left or right spectrum, like both fucking ends have the same exact problem, just different flavors.
Oh my god, yeah, that is so fucking true. Absolutely.
And whatever you do, don't break the cardinal rule of if there are children involved playing it, do not make the parents have to talk to their kids about things that they feel uncomfortable about.
No, don't make them talk to their kids ever.
Yeah, because that's the real biggie. No.
We don't
You
talk
go
to our
sit them in
fucking
front
kids.
of. No, fuck no. You sit them in front of the PlayStation and let the PS4 babysit them. What the fuck is talking
Take a tablet in their hand and go fucking argue with each other in the other room over a glass of wine. It's fine. It was always a funny thing to me about people talking about like, oh, how am I going to talk to my kids about this? And I remember having a conversation with my mom about a friend of hers that was gay. And I was like, oh, you know, he has a boyfriend, and she was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Because when you're a kid, you don't have that kind of weird mental hang up, right? Like I always say that if you just explain to your kid, if they ever ask, right? Wait until they ask, obviously. There's no reason to, or if it comes up or whatever it is, you know, that you just say to them, well, it turns out that, yeah, some there are boys and girls, and some boys have penises, some boys have vaginas, and that's just the way it is. And they'll look at you and go, okay. And they won't fucking question you because it's not a fucking thing that you should be questioning. Throughout history, we've had this kind of shit. It's not, yeah.
It seems to me like adults keep trying to apply like very complicated concepts onto people who have very simple minds based on the development that they're at. Like they don't have that kind of strange, like abstract sort of thought where they can pull it out into the most like big philosophical ideas. Like they have some kind of abstract thought at a certain age, but they don't have the kind of ability to like formulate things as complicated as we tend to, and then we just try to like impress that and project that onto somebody who's too young to fully grasp how complicated we make it,
or even give a fuck.
Because to them it's like, okay, well thanks, can I go play now? Like it's it.
Kind of the attitude we should have. Even as
Yeah,
adults,
no
like,
shit.
oh shit, that happens? Cool. All right. Well, I got shit to do.
Cool. I got shit to do, exactly.
I gotta clean my gutters. You know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I gotta go,
Again,
I
like,
gotta
who
go
is
pay my
so
goddamn
privileged?
taxes.
All right, great. Now I gotta go to work. Fuck off. So
Let me make sure I got enough money in the bank for food for the week.
Right? I gotta make sure my food stamps are still.
Ladies and gentlemen, the field is still barren.
And she still doesn't have, and she's still not a registered nurse either. Just keeping up here.
It's just keeping that, just letting you know.
all right, so I guess we're through with this. We can go ahead and hit into the crazy people because we keep talking about her and she's first on the list.
My favorite part of the show.
Oh, that's the part that always gives me a big boner.
That fucking Gogurt.
Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and in today's segment we're going to discuss vaccines, a much debated,
Me
heavily
about
contested subject. But I'm going to limit it just to infant and young children on this subject, infant and early childhood vaccination, because it is such a mammoth subject to try and tackle, having tried to record this video many, many times. And before we start, there is one thing that you will note, and that is that the comments are turned off. I felt that given the incredible amount of heated debate and discussion on this subject, you would probably appreciate being able to hear just me. And I frankly am not interested in the noise from either side that shuts out real intelligent debate. So I owe you a brief background explanation before we get started. I graduated with honors from the best school in my area from the bachelor's program, so I have a bachelor's in nursing and have been practicing as an RN for quite a while now.
Did she see the show?
And in the time I was at my educational institution, there was very little discussion, true discussion, and even less true debate on the subject of vaccination, on the true science of vaccination, and on the real risks and possible perceived benefits of vaccination. So I had to search out the information, the studies, the data for myself. And in an effort to find the truth, I have come to the conclusion that I am against vaccination, especially for children and infants under the age of 2.
Pause it. God damn it. So I guess that one woman, yes, nurse. I guess that one little part where she's like, I was a practicing RN was that woman's vindication that she was a nurse or something like that. If she was then, she ain't now, so still.
Was the operative word.
Yeah. So you're sitting there, you're calling yourself the Patriot nurse, and then you're going on like saying, vaccines are, bad, especially for the people that need it the fucking most, who are under 2 years old, who actually just, I think like sometime this year, a young kid died from measles. Yeah.
Measles. Fucking measles.
Yeah, vaccines save something like 600,000 lives, right? Like, this is so fucking stupid. This is so dangerous when people spout this kind of insane, crazy bullshit that can literally harm children. And somehow she's doing this on a platform, and she's actually able to get away with it without her having her fucking channel shut down. Are you serious?
I have no problem with people talking about putting goose eggs in their vagina, but when it comes to stuff that like might potentially bring polio back, like could we not with this? Can we as a species just decide just to kill these people?
in a video game.
Yeah, in a video game. Coincidentally, I have no problem with people shoving eggs in their vagina either, but as far as this chick is concerned, we could stop. Like, I'm not saying stop the video, but if we stopped it right now, I don't have to hear anything you have to say further than I oppose vaccinations, especially for children. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
And I don't give a shit what kind of credentials you have or claim to have. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're a goddamn idiot and you're causing damage.
Exactly. Fuck you. You're a danger to fucking human society, and also you need a better fucking conditioner.
This is the problem, right? We live in a post-truth world where shit like this and like flat earthers and everything, like this is actually gaining like serious popularity because people just don't know what's true anymore. And it makes sense. It does make sense because when you were lied to on so many different levels throughout all of your entire life, and then you hear something fucking crazy and you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe that is fucking true. Maybe vaccines are making children into little lizard people or some fucking thing.
Like
Hillary Clinton was vaccinated. Enough said.
She's a literal demon.
And the thing is, like, I don't understand, like, because we're seeing a lot of anti-vaccine stuff in the news now, and we're now seeing an uprising like measles, and I think we actually had. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we actually had a polio case. If I thought I might have said that. If not, I'm not exactly sure. So don't take that with a grain of salt.
I've kept away from the bulk of the internet and news for the sake of my own mental health, and it's been doing pretty good for me so far. So
yeah, I won't get on Twitter because I tagged you in a shit ton of videos. Anyway, it's just
I haven't checked my Twitter in literally months.
But we've seen an uprising.
Every time you see a post, it's directly from YouTube.
We've seen an uprising in measles right now. We actually had it in the news, like that, like someone was carrying measles, went into the Avengers Endgame and could have infected 1,000 people It affects a
Yeah.
shit ton of people. And if you didn't get fucking vaccinated, or your child didn't get vaccinated, which was kind of like a sort of a child-friendly show, you know, kids are going to go see Avengers. Then those kids just caught the measles. And I mean, I don't understand why people don't see the correlation with the rise in anti-vaccines on the news and not enough pushback that there should be, like we do have a flat Earth, and the rise in fucking measles.
2020, am I right?
I'll give you a quick statistic. So 288 cases being recorded in the United States in the first 5 months of 2014. That's 288 cases of measles, a fucking disease that we could have and did cure because of fucking vaccines. But instead, now people are actually contracting that shit. Like, my goodness, you're actually causing serious, serious harm to children. I mean, I'm not one of those ones that say protect the children, but I mean, like, Jesus fucking Christ, when you're deliberately going out and Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's like think about the whole flat Earth thing. Like that. I mean, that's not, other than corrupting some people's minds to believe some totally inaccurate bullshit. It's not completely harmful. It's just harmful to the mind, I believe. But like when you go and hit this level, you're actually, I mean, your words could actually cause death. Like, I mean, do you not comprehend that? And I mean, these are the same people who don't understand that for vaccinations to work, the community as a whole has to be vaccinated. If one person gets this, it could mutate into a form that the vaccinations that we have aren't capable of handling.
Yeah, that's why we need a new flu vaccine like every fucking year. It mutates.
Yeah.
That's happens to be one of the ones that mutates quite frequently, but you never know. Something like that hasn't been like in the general populace for a long enough time. If it gets into the general populace again, who knows? Like, it could end up mutating at some point. Which in that case, here we go again. We have to think up a new way to fucking vaccinate against that, and then you have these fucking yahoos who decide not to vaccinate, and then you just fucking circle of bullshit.
Well, if it does get out of hand, we'll get Joe Biden on it, because he's should we elect him? Cancer's
He's
a
curing
memory.
cancer, by the way.
Yeah, it's a fucking memory, but we have to vote for him first. You have to vote for Biden if you want to cure for cancer. If not, fuck that. He's taking his ball and he's going home.
I don't like the way he whispers at very young girls. So I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, handsy Uncle Joe Biden.
Yes. Ooh, Joe. No.
I thought she was like whispering in people's ears now. I was like, holy shit, she got any worse.
Well, the debate didn't help. He's fallen quite far. So
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad when you're eventually going to have to choose between an old, rich, possible rapist or Donald Trump. That's a pretty terrible decision to have to make.
Yeah.
I really hope. I really hope Jewish grandpa gets somewhere this time.
Come on. Come on, Jewish grandpa. Come on, Jewish grandpa.
You have a shot. Just come on.
Like last time when I was faced with the decision I was faced with of Hillary or Trump, I made a joke vote. I voted for the guy that called Trump a pussy. Thought it was funny. This time I'm just going to stay the fuck home if it's Biden and Trump. I'm not even going to bother. Yeah.
I respect that decision. Yeah. You know what? Don't stay home. Go wherever you can, wherever your closest politician is, and just egg that motherfucker in a video game. Obviously, in a video game.
There is a bucket list item of mine where I want to actually set off firecrackers close enough to an elected official without getting arrested. So if we can figure this out, let's get a combined effort here.
Yeah, man. Do it around like Ben Carson. He'll be half asleep thinking about Oreos and shit. He won't even know what the fuck happened.
You and Andy and Ben Carson. Yeah, fuck yeah. You might wake him up with the firecrackers though.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Are those the Hydrox? Those pop when you eat them.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm not gonna play any more of this video, but just let the people who are just defending her know that we are still going to go after this nurse.
Yeah.
So,
well, she's more than welcome to come on, as we've always said, and defend her ideas should she like to, but I don't see that happening.
I really doubt it since she turned the comments off on this. She doesn't want to hear any blowback from anybody on stuff like that because facts and stuff that's actually true goes against her feelings and shit. And yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, Lazort. She's a menace to society if she's pushing the shit out. And shame on her for going to school for this stuff and then still deciding to, oh, well, I'm just going to listen to some wackos on the fucking internet that have
like
that.
I know the American education system sucks, but they're right on occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to think how ridiculous is it that, okay, the story is that she obtained a degree in this, right, in nursing. And we have 4 people in this room. I don't think any of us have any degrees in nursing, and we still know more about the topic at hand than she does. Something's fucking wrong here.
Yeah. The only thing I got
my schooling is that I have some college, quote unquote, as far as job applications are concerned in the field of psychology. That's all I have.
I got some college
as far as job applications are concerned.
Yeah, some college. You know that little thing where you can say some college.
I get to press that same button.
Yeah. So,
well, I didn't feel that a mandatory diversity seminar was necessary for my schooling in psychology. Like, I get it.
Fuck you, Patriot nerds. Let's go on to the next one.
Find another conditioner, please.
Clickbait.
Oh wow. Yo,
This Friday morning, I've had a reasonably successful week at work, and this Friday morning I'm relaxing and maybe celebrating a little bit. You can see that things are.
See the fucking hats in the back? He's got an orange fedora.
Well,
Synje
and I are breaking up.
I really do.
So his wife is leaving him, basically, is what he's saying.
And
judging by the state of that room, yeah.
Yeah, I can enjoy that. No, it's hard. No, it's really fucking hard.
There she is moving her shit.
I'm gonna have some Lefroy 10. Lefroy 10 has been my go-to single malt for many years now, especially when it comes to peated Isla malts. And I like this stuff because it's just no compromises. Just give me the smoke, give me the
She is moving out as he is making this fucking video.
It's even got work.
I legit think she is. Like, she's like, I'm done.
She is. Oh no, it gets better.
Oh yeah.
She slaps me with that hanky. I'm not just going, oh, holy shit, I'm going to lose it.
You know, I'm not smelling much.
Show us the coding.
Even
Show
my
us the
sniffer's
coding.
out
Don't
of
just do that. He's just teasing me now. Like,
you know, here it comes.
All right.
Here it
I got to go to
comes.
work at this. I can't drink.
Gotta coat that glass.
I'm about to, like, oh, it's raining.
She's leaving him because he's a drunk, but he's a sophisticated drunk.
Rotar.
I got a liquor store right across the street from me. I'm about to go walk in the pouring fucking rain.
Rotar smoke.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, if your wife's leaving you, that's what you do. More Rotar.
At least he's enjoying it. At least he's savoring.
I think he's actually celebrating. Like,
anything with a cork in it like that is expensive.
For Rotar,
Okay,
it's
here
really
comes
smooth.
the good part.
Okay.
It's got that medicinal quality to it. Why?
That's any good liquor.
It's got that medicinal quality to it. It's almost like there's a honey note to it.
It doesn't
compared
taste
to
like
the
it's going to
Kahlua
ruin
I
your
was drinking
organs.
earlier.
Then.
I don't know why that's so funny to me, but when his wife's like, bye, and he's like, bye. So about this drink here, I'm going to continue my review of this.
Yeah, you know.
Completely unfazed.
This is very nice.
That is some good shit, then. I got to get my hands on this.
I've also been watching the movie Vanishing Point.
What was it called?
And I'm going to get into some
What the
more of
fuck?
those early 70s hot rod kind of movies.
Roy.
Watching those. Just to relive my youth a little bit.
Oh shit!
I think I haven't watched it in 40 years, and I'm watching it this morning.
It's not every day you see the midlife crisis happen. Like, start.
Depending on what kind of scotch that is, that could be anywhere between $80 to $100 and something dollars.
In high-powered cars and things like that. Freud.
Which
this one's to the bitch of.
I've liked Freud since the first time I.
This one's to the bitch of a wife who just left me.
Is this going to end in some kind of live leak situation?
Some brine.
She's back.
Dirty socks in there. Fabulous stuff.
Should we show this?
Yeah. I highly recommend this. Cheers, Slanjovar.
I think that's it anyway.
I mean, based on the price and the fact that I love scotch, is
that the name of the
He's
channel?
literally moving the fuck out in the background. Amazing.
So
I was expecting his wife to walk up and just start hitting him with her laundry or like doing something crazy to him or something like that, or drown him in that little glass of booze.
It was either that or,
So
like I said, it was going to end in some sort of live leak situation where I was about to say, like, why are we showing this? We're gonna lose our channel.
So that's how you handle that, ladies and gentlemen. It's an informative video. I hope you all took notes.
You sit there and very calmly make a video doing a tasting of a Scotch whiskey that could be from anywhere between $80 to $100 and something. And having had like $40 something Scotch, like it only gets better from there.
It did look delicious, yeah. And like you're saying, it's not every day that you get to see a midlife crisis happen in real time. And I think that he handled it well. He handled it very well.
He did. Maybe the scotch had something to do with that, but he did.
That's possible,
probably
yeah.
Did. Probably.
Anyway, that's the outlook on life I want to have. Well, my life's changing in a major way. Time to do a scotch review.
The show's about to get more interesting.
That's the same type of guy that's worried about Ariel skin color instead of his wife leaving him in the background.
My wife is leaving today, but what really grinds my gears is this Ariel being black. Now let me try some more of this $100 scotch.
First world problems.
All right, let's go with the great white. It's a Wild Bill video. Fuck it.
Enough said.
Is it another word you can't pronounce?
Wild Bill for America here, and little Pete Buttgag, the candidate for president, is losing. He's going down faster.
Wait,
than
did he
Barack
call him Pete
Obama in a
Buttgag?
fist fight with Taylor Swift.
Is that
Mr.
what he called him?
Buttgag has lost a tremendous amount of support after his performance in the debates was described as crybaby-ish. Well, what do you expect? The guy's gay and he looks like a Keebler elf. Crybaby might just be the best he can do, which, when you think about it, doesn't that make him
the when you think about it?
Well, except of course for his white privilege. I really thought that little Pete would win the whole contest, which means I may have to admit that I was wrong. I hope I remember how. It's been a while. Well, anyway, I chose...
fucking.
What an arrogant
What are you
prick.
talking about?
What an arrogant prick.
This guy is peak boomer. Nothing says peak boomer more than a plastic cowboy hat, a Hawaiian shirt, and just he literally looks stoned and drunk. He's gonna jump on his riding lawnmower in about 38 seconds after this video.
The stoned and the drunk is the reason why he's not allowed to film in that one location anymore. That, and he also kept showing a children's playground in the background.
He did. He did. Yeah, I'm surprised since the topic
But
is
also, like-
on. Oh, I'm surprised that
What the
since
fuck
he's
is he
like.
talking about?
Oh, he's talking about Pete Buttigieg.
Buttigieg?
He's upset. Yeah, or excuse me, butt gag apparently to Wild
gag.
Bill. But I'm shocked considering, as we all know, Bill does his research. And usually when he does his research on anything like homosexual, he's got that wrist guard on. He's been doing his research. So I'm shocked not to see it on this time. Maybe
I was just gonna say, like, that's a lot of man jewelry for someone that calls himself a homophobe.
Oh man, Colin Kaepernick doesn't like your cup, bruh. Let's sell some mugs.
I have no problem with Buddha Geek being gay. I am half gay myself, but the guy's kind of a little ineffectual to me.
Yeah, he's number one with a bullet when I talk about people who don't talk policy during the debates. He's kind of like one of the top tier. That's more of an issue that I would have.
He's not as bad as that writer chick.
Holy fuck! Oh, you are so on, girl.
God damn it.
Fucking Wild Bill.
Come on, Jewish grandpa.
Should we get to our missing link? They're creating a Hunger Games with the LGBT community. Some shit. I don't know. You just went off one of those tangents. I thought it was gonna.
We just shit on Wild Bill in record time.
Yeah, it's not too hard anymore.
Nope.
It's the missing link.
The one that lives in the van.
Hold on, it's not close right here, so you can't.
I don't know.
See who it is.
You can hear this song, and I don't know where the mouse speaker is, but anyway, I'm listening to this Hebrew Israelite rap.
Here.
This Hebrew Israelite rap, and one of the lyrics is da-da-da, da-da-da, and then they scratched the itch where they implanted the chip. So I'm just thinking about the mark of the beast, and how right now they're I bet you they have an operation in the CIA or whatever agency they want to call it. And I bet you
behind the shoulder.
I bet you they have an operation.
They're coming for him.
Operation Hunger Games. Because right now what they're doing is transforming the society into the citizens of the capital, basically. You know how in the capital there's like all these different types of, basically just every shade of godlessness, just like the LGBTQ+P pedophilia flag.
Oh, fuck you.
And subsequent
No. All right, you
and
know
so
what? I'm half offended.
Yeah, fuck. God damn it.
Oh, this is the quality content we've come to expect from this guy, though. Can't say I'm too shocked.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. It's just...
Would be like a quarter offended. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, is he? Like, I'm concerned because he's not in any of his locations that we know. He's not in the van. He's not at Starbucks.
The van got towed. The van got towed. He got kicked out of that Starbucks for filming in that Starbucks without asking.
It was a gay person that came and towed his van, wasn't it?
I think he's mad because his girlfriend left him. Like his ex-girlfriend left him for a woman. I guess what he's mad about.
See, he needs to get a bottle of scotch, is what he needs
Which
to do. He's doing this all wrong.
This time.
Like, you bring up a good point, though, because every time I see this guy's videos, I just want to, like, seriously, who hurt you, man? Who was it?
Yeah.
Somebody.
The first
It's
videos
always
we
about...
watched had to do with him bitching about women being like basically the devil, and it's just like all right, well the bitch left him because probably the van, and now the van's even gone.
This is turning into a 1960s country music song. There's a tear in his scotch.
When I was younger, I used to go out into public and like watch people. I was very much a people watcher kind of person. And in my head, as I was watching people, I would think up like entire backstories for these random strangers. And I think like canonically now, I've got basically an entire backstory for this random crazy guy who was living in his van, and the ex-girlfriend got tired of being like he only had the van. So she left and found a woman who like had a job. And now he's just mad about all of it.
Yeah, I like that we give a lot of these crazies origin stories of our own, because this isn't new. We've done this before with different crazies on this show.
I used to do that a lot when I was younger, just watching random folks. So I'm glad we can share that here.
Oh man, I'm sad. This guy needs his van back. It's not the same, man. It's not the same. Yeah, like I'm ready.
Hashtag get fucking let's see, DMT hippie his van back.
DMT hippie. Patchouli Joe.
On more than one occasion, I described this guy as the one that goes to the music festivals and sells DMT to the 16-year-olds.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Oh yeah,
I can totally see that.
The ones that snuck in, like yeah.
I feel like I can smell his beard through the fucking screen.
It smells like patchouli oil and like that hair grease that you get
Regret.
from that one particular section of the hair care aisle that like we don't need because it's not made for us. Like,
Got Cheeto dust on your mustache and you look stoned. Come on. Talk about pedophiles.
Somebody wants to bang a kid.
oh, no.
Just saying. Think it's this guy. I'm just saying pedophiles and white vans. He had one. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying the guy's a pedophile.
I'm thinking the ex-girlfriend that left him was probably like questionably legal.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere in that range where like if they went to court for it, like if he had a good enough lawyer, he probably would have got off.
Oh shit!
Oh,
was it like a mail order bride that he had to get on layaway or what? Like I have a hard time believing that this guy had a girlfriend in the first place.
It's a blue light special.
The amount of hate that he like spouted like the first time I ever saw this guy in regards to women being basically the devil, that just says to me like somebody recently left him.
So if you guys, what's that?
Sassy Atheist says this guy probably jerks off from listening to Justin Bieber. All right, so there's someone sent me this. If you ever want to send us videos to play on the show, definitely send us to like the Geek Room Podcast at gmail.com. We'll definitely put it in the playlist. Someone sent me a counterculture mom, teen Vogue, and anal sex.
Oh god,
I'm there.
This right here is from Teen Vogue. It just came out by an author out of New York, Gigi. Gigi Engel. And I'm also going to be tracking her down with the phone number. I will find her. She's on Facebook underneath Gigi Engel. You will find
Sounds like a threat.
Track her down. I have a link surrounding this video that you guys can also look up. Here's the problem. Anal sex, what you need to know, how to do it the right way. So if we don't talk to our kids about this stuff, I'm telling you right now, they're going to be finding out what to do.
There she goes.
And even though you think your kid will never do it, I'm telling you, many young kids in great homes
Your kid
today,
will
if we
do
don't
it.
Speak up, they are being bombarded by this garbage and getting STDs,
God's
having criminal
loopholes.
sex, and having guilt, shame,
To be
fear.
fair, I didn't go all the way to
Having an
anal
abortion,
until I was in my
schools now, there
20s,
can
but
be
like
people from the schools that the Planned Parenthood and having an abortion without our knowledge. That's what's going on.
This is all coming
Bitch,
from a
do you
place
want
of
kids
knowledge,
going
man.
in dry?
She had
I know
nothing but
culture
anal
warriors
growing up.
asking,
Nothing
what
but
can we
anal in her
do?
20s.
Number one, when you see articles like this, write in to Gigi Engel.
Her asshole looks
Now
like an
she-
open donut hole. It's just fucking beautiful.
Vogue. I have the phone number also.
Now she
attached to the
shits
video.
funny and she's got to
It'll
make
take
these
5
videos
minutes to
all
shoot an
pissed
email
off.
over, 2 minutes to make your voice heard at Teen Vogue, and let them know.
I had to go to the
that
hospital
this
twice to get
in
it
our
like put
culture.
back in.
We might
Oh
not
my
have an issue with
God.
our kids, but
Prolapsed
across the
and
street
just
also deserve the
fucking
same
red
kind of environment
raw.
to live in. We have to
She
stand up
knows
for
what a
what's right, otherwise
rosebud
we're gonna have
is.
13, 14-year-old girls by the masses, more and more getting pregnant, getting STDs, boys having premarital sex with all these different kids. We already have this issue in our schools today. I'm
Premarital
just going to
sex.
go through the article. Like I said, it's going to be very graphic, but I really think it's important that
That's what we got Jason Voorhees for, bitch. Calm down.
They talk about anal sex, how to do it. Anal, the anus, it's gonna be graphic, people, but this is out there for millions of readers that have already seen it in the last couple of days.
Really.
The anus is full
Anus
of
is
nerve
a bad
endings that
word.
for some feel awesome when stimulated. They
Anus
go
is a
into
bad
detail about why you
She's
should
about
try
to go
anal
edgy
sex.
like Paul
This
and
is
Morgan.
geared towards young kids. What they say age range as young as 11.
Did you
There's
know
even
that
younger
there's a
kids reading
prostate
this.
up
How do
your
I know
butt?
this? Because when you go to a store and if they have this if this magazine on their store shelves, you let them know, hey, it's not even 6 feet off the ground. You're being illegal because state laws around this country say
You're
you
being
have to have this
illegal.
magazine at least 6 feet off the ground. Anything pornographic, sex saturated, and we have to be behind this. Let our store managers
All right,
know we
pause
will
it.
not shop at
Ah,
that store. We're
fuck.
going to blast.
So that fucking Did that bitch just say that the fucking graph that we all saw in like fucking middle school sex ed was pornographic?
Yeah.
Get
She's
the
got
fuck
some
out
weird
here.
fetishes, man. I'm not gonna kink shame anybody, but that's a weird one.
Well, here's the
Man,
thing,
They're pretty
like,
open-minded, but what the fuck?
yeah. Regardless of
If
your
her-
outlook on what Teen Vogue is putting out, they're trying to say, hey, if you're going to do this, here's a safe way on how to do it.
Yeah.
And not just go into it like with not knowing how to do shit. Yeah, that's more dangerous, you know. Yeah. And this is not even
Her
says
hypothesis
somebody-
is that people are gonna go out and get fucking butt fucked anyway. Shouldn't you have a little bit of education, or does she just want everybody walking around with a bleeding asshole? What's the plan here?
Exactly.
Your 14-year-old can either have anal sex safely, or they can come home and have to go to the hospital because they have a perforated anus.
There you go.
Perforated
So
colon.
10.
Yeah.
I said $10 originally. I'm gonna up it to 20. $20 says the only time she ever had anal, someone went in dry, and that was because they weren't educated. So I have to ask again.
They went in dry and they were looking for a different hole.
Yeah.
That's directly in the article. Spit is not adequate lube. Try using something that's water-based.
Exactly. Yes.
Unless
They're
you
giving,
spit
like, actual
Astroglide.
good advice. Use a water-based lubricant if you're using latex products.
Oh my
No,
God.
but you guys are missing the point. You shouldn't do it at all because it's wrong. It's wrong.
Okay.
It hurts Jesus.
All right. So we went from like these. So I'm assuming that because of the fact she dropped the whole premarital sex thing, that's her big crux of the argument, is that it's premarital everything. Like, it's not only just like, hey, the teens are getting to learn about like butt fucking. It's also the fact that they're doing it before they, put a ring on their finger.
Yeah, get married before you put a dick in a booty.
So
What's wrong with you?
So you start with the base argument of premarital sex in general being a bad thing. And when you put that kind of notion into teenagers' heads that premarital sex is a bad thing, they sometimes think that there's sort of a loophole where like butt fucking is okay.
Yeah, the poop hole.
So this is where you need stuff like this for people who go to that conclusion, so they don't end up like basically ruining their intestinal tract by doing it wrong.
Yeah. The poop hole loophole.
This is
it's in fine print. Yeah.
I am very proud that I actually introduced someone to that song today. So
yeah, did you?
Yeah, Topic Thunder. I shared a fucking thing on Twitter where it has Jesus with Adam and Eve, and it says, what does it say? Shit. What it has like a little bubble. It says, "What is Jesus saying to Adam?" And I was like, "No, you can't have sex until you're married, but there's a loophole." And Topic Thunder is like, I can't imagine what you're referring to. So I just kind of linked her to the thing, and I was like, "And I am sorry in advance." So now I introduced someone to the loophole song.
The loophole poop hole song? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, there is a female comedian duo who did a song, I think it was literally called Butt Fucking for Jesus or something like that.
Holy shit.
That may actually be it, or something similar to it anyway, because I think it was two females.
Yeah.
I think that song was it called Fuck Me in My Ass for Jesus? Wasn't that the name of it?
Yeah, something like that. Butt Fucking for Jesus or
Yeah.
Fuck Me. Something like that. It was literally on the topic of people who don't believe in premarital sex having anal sex because it's technically not premarital sex, because sex, as far as they're concerned, is dick and vagina.
Yeah,
Your hymen's intact. You shit really easy now. Win-win.
That's why you can have as much gay sex as you want, and it's nothing again. Oh wait, no, they don't allow you to do that either, unless you're a priest. Then, if you're a priest, then you're allowed to have gay sex, preferably with children. Yeah. But outside of that, no sex before marriage.
Specifically in the sect of Catholicism, specifically.
Yes.
Right. No, that is
more of that going on. Yeah, the song is a loophole by Garfunkel and Oates.
That's what it is. Loophole by Garfunkel.
That's pretty funny.
Great song.
Yeah, no.
Well, I think at the end of the day, this Tina Griffin here would probably benefit from a good ass pounding. So it's really uptight.
Loosen her up a bit.
Right.
Hell yeah. Stir the stool. Come with me.
Maybe she is.
I can show you the world.
Shining, shimmering as flames.
I think we have.
And if you use the proper water-based lubricants, it will be shiny and shimmery. So there you go.
Ooh. Look at this graph. Isn't it neat? Don't you know that the butt fucking is complete? Yeah. Hey, we got it all. We got all of it.
Oh man.
All right, so we got a call for uprising video. It said you might have to be blind to not notice this.
This guy's gonna become a regular.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time.
Intro, I like it.
But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are
At least well
to become
done.
a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
The Baphomet got his ass kicked like Glass Joe.
Welcome to today's show. Well,
Satan's in a
I know
diaper
everybody out
play.
there likes to think that these musicians are all artists who are coming up with amazing ideas. But I also know how the human mind works, and I realize that nobody processes anything. And people don't see the repetition that's being put on them. Thus,
But
you
you're
don't hear
above
people
all that.
complaining about why movies always have the same plot, why they remake all of these Hollywood films, these
'Cause
MK
everybody's
Ultra
unimaginative.
Hollywood films.
For profit.
But here's a funny one that just came out. Of course, it's trending #2, just of course below Miley Cyrus and her absolute abomination of a video by Lil Uzi Vert. Now you might remember Lil Uzi Vert, or as you want to just say Lucifer, Little Uzi Vert, Lucifer.
Oh,
you think
my
that's his real
fucking
natural born
God.
name?
Got him.
I mean, let's be real. You know, the same guy who
He's
at
the
a
devil.
concert told his fans that he was bringing them to hell with him. You know, and the fans just cheer cluelessly.
Didn't mean that
because
literally.
We live in a time period where everybody thinks this is a big joke. Meanwhile, we live in a time period where it shouldn't be more blatantly obvious how real the spiritual warfare is, how real God and the devil are. But we live in a prideful society. They've created a society of prideful morons. A lot of it obviously has to do with the school systems, pushing everyone through it, teaching them all this fake history of the world and removing God from people's lives and telling them that they evolved from monkeys and rocks and feces that
Wait a minute,
fell from
isn't the
rear end or
God
whatever
part
they
the
believe
fake
in.
history?
Hold on, pause it. Did he just say that human, like that schools are teaching kids that we evolved from apes, monkeys, and feces?
And rocks,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rocks.
And rocks, yeah.
My uncle ain't no turd.
the more this
It's
guy
funny
talks,
because
the
that
more I'm
sounds more
actually-
plausible than being spoken to existence. Even evolving from a fucking rock makes more sense than being just spoken into existence.
Nah, brah, I'm some dirt. Anna over here is a rib.
Yep.
That's real life.
You got,
and
you
it's
got
not
your
like,
choice. You got rocks and feces
I was-
or ribs and dirt. Which one do you think makes more sense?
I was made. My entire sex was made from the rib of some rando guy, and I'm meant to be subservient to. Oh, subservient.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. And it's not like these artists are utilizing religious imagery in their videos for artistic purposes. Nope, they're the fucking devil. That's what it is.
They're the literal devil.
Lil
I
Lucifer over
admit,
here.
I think Lil Uzi's
The
kind
more
of
I hear these people talk, the more I'm like, I'm tempted to actually go take that walk across the street to the liquor store. Like, oof.
Well, and also they assume the devil is just like that blatantly obvious that he's like, you know what? Fuck all the subtext. Fuck like putting lyrics backwards in records and shit. No, we're just gonna like blatantly show Satan on the screen, and that's the real devil. That's the real devil.
Is that fucking Tim Curry from Legend? That's the real devil.
Fuck, dude. Like, I don't even want to go on.
Dude, this
with
guy's
the rest
channel's
of
a fucking treasure trove, man. I swear to God. Like he's got like over like 200,000 subscribers.
So
Really?
he's like
Wow.
Christian Mario, yeah. So he's like Christian
really.
Mario 2.0.
Pretty much. Anything that's popular in entertainment that he knows he'll get views off of, that's the fucking devil, obviously.
You know,
And
I
it's
know
like-
my presentation's not the best on my channel, but at least I talk about things that aren't like literal fucking stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, this is
Which, I
something
mean-
that depresses me about America. Is it's number one in defense spending, income inequality, and people that believe that angels are actually real. It's so frustrating.
No, I'm about to move to some kind of Scandinavian country because at least like there's good health care and like a large population of atheists. Like, ugh.
Yeah. We had to be our parents made good decisions. They birthed us here. Thanks.
Yeah, why couldn't my ancestors?
That was the result of my mom not wanting to go through another abortion. That wasn't a good decision.
I was the result of a sponge not working. Anybody remember those? Yeah, they don't fucking work. I'm living proof.
The third time's the charm, I guess, with me.
I can't listen to more of this shit. Fuck. Let's go ahead and hit into the cringe zone.
We're not there?
Yeah.
Well, since Billy's not here, somebody's got to do it. It's Casey Neistat.
It's similar. Strangely similar, yeah.
Yeah, elderly Casey.
Hi there. My guest today says her washer has got her spinning. Hey, Lucy, why so agitated?
Well, mister, I put my clothes in the washer just like I always do. Oh, no, you think it just stopped.
You gotta tell
I
her.
don't know what
Dude, she's a rat and like, fuck.
Let's bring in the washer.
You're doing a Jerry Springer.
Number one appliance is Mr. Appliance. You're the man, Mr. Go, Mr. Go.
The fuck?
I gotta get.
What the fuck did we just watch?
That was supposed to draw you in to go buy washers and dryers. Did it work, Aaron?
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing I want more than to definitely go hit up my local Maytag and get whatever the hell they're selling. That sounds exactly what I want to do.
I want the washer that just got its ass kicked by that one chick. That's the one.
All right, so this one's going to be. It was like before I knew Billy was going to not be on today. It was between this and something else. This one's going to be hard to get through.
Yeah,
but it's a vegan. It's like. What's that?
This is the same guy who gave us the catchy tune that is vegan vagina juice, VVJ.
Oh, fuck.
Same guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is called You Wanna Suck? It's just it just kind of scares me.
You want to suck? You want to suck?
Excuse me?
Do you want to suck on one of my teats?
No.
Hey, I'm just trying to be friendly. I'm a nice cow.
You're not a cow. You're a man in a cow costume.
No, I'm not. I'm a cow. Moo. Hey, you look like you could use some calcium. I got your calcium right here, baby.
I'm not a baby. I'm a grown woman. And I get all the calcium I need from plants.
Plant foods?
Yes, I get my calcium from dark leafy greens like kale and collard greens.
But my milk is delicious.
I also get calcium from legumes, nuts, and
really is.
Just blow the guy.
Ain't nothing better than milk from a cow. You drink milk at home, right, baby?
Not cow's milk. I have plant-based milks, like soy milk, rice milk, hemp milk, coconut milk.
But cow's milk is good for you.
Cow's milk is for baby cows. We have no right to steal milk from cows.
Hey, you don't have to steal my milk, baby. I'm offering it to you freely.
Alright, pause it. God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Man,
is this the same person? Like, is that the same person in the cow outfit that's in the vegan shirt? Is that the same person?
No.
Jesus Christ, they look like twins, man. This is so fucking weird.
Oh, you haven't seen the end yet. You haven't even seen Weird yet.
Why does the cowman have 4 dicks? I'm so confused.
You take your pick which one you want to suckle from.
Okay, like all at once. All 4 at once.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I want that cow milk all over my body.
Put all of those
I went to go
teats
get
in
my vape
mouth.
off at the charger and I missed some.
Yeah, you did.
So, like, this is supposed to be like, pro-vegan content, but this is disturbing. It hasn't changed my mind about my diet. I'll say that.
Nah,
but I do want to suck on that teat.
It looks tasty.
It makes a cow out to be a rapist.
Right.
I mean, like, it is pretty creepy because she's acknowledging that it's a dude in a costume, like, obviously, but still, even for the purposes of the video, and she's still talking to this guy about a vegan diet. He's trying to mouth rape you. Get away from him.
I'm going to discuss veganism to the rapist cowman in the fucking park here with his shiny, glistening fucking jaundiced udders.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that he's a rapist, but I'm saying if you find him in a bar somewhere, don't take that drink.
It's milk,
Might
but
be a
there's
vegan
more to it than
vagina
that. VVJ. You got to play it through to the end, though. You all have to see the ending. You don't have a choice.
Okay.
You don't have a choice.
You know you want to have a suck.
You're not a cow. You're a man in a cow costume. That's not a real udder. And there's no milk in there.
Oh, I got lots of milk inside me, baby. You know you want to suck it out.
No, I don't. You're not a cow. You're a pervert thrusting his crotch into my face.
Ha ha ha!
Calling the police.
I'll go offer my milk to someone else.
Hey, you want to learn about dairy farming? Take this and go vegan.
And don't mouth rape me.
They couldn't find a real lawn to film in front of. They had to green screen the lawn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is going on?
I love my sweet milk. Oh, yeah. Suck it. Suck it on all that.
He can't even keep it straight.
Just fucking corpse thing in the middle of the
This is awesome.
That's hot as fuck. Holy shit, I got such an awkward boner right now.
Yummy, yummy milk.
Why is my butthole wet?
Mmm. Moo.
I'm just kidding. Like, I can't even.
Yeah, that's the message. That's the message.
Go vegan or get raped by a cow? Is that what the point of this video was?
Did I just watch? What the fuck?
What?
You're welcome. This is the result of the man hours that I put in for this show. All right.
The result of us
How did you find this?
Reddit is a hell of a
What on earth
website.
were you Google searching when you found this?
Did you do 95%
Reddit really
of
is
the
a
work?
hell of a website.
Did you do 95%
Safe
of the
search
work
off.
This week, Bran? Is that
Damn right, bull. Damn right. Billy isn't here to make the
You know,
thumbnail, so there's a joke there too.
No, I think our thumbnail is literally that guy sitting under that other guy, sucking on those fake udders. Like, I think that's what it is now.
Oh yeah.
Suck out my milk.
And now the sun's out. Jesus Christ, New England. All right, sorry.
God damn it.
It was pouring
That's what we
rain
played.
10 minutes ago, and now the sun's out.
The sun came out because of this video. That's why. Made your day
It was
brighter,
Jesus.
figuratively and literally. Vegan
We need that Von
vagina.
Gogurt thing right now, so.
Don't start. The last time that when we watched that video, I told you guys I was gonna walk around my apartment singing that fucking song, and I sure as shit fucking did. And my
Oh, dude, I was at
roommates, all
work
of them were
singing it. When your coworkers come up to you and go, Bran, what the fuck is going on?
Are you okay? Is probably the best one.
Don't hate. Just want some vegan vagina juice. VVJ.
I don't
Petition to make that in the
discriminate
intro. Yeah, I wonder how big of a shit fit Billy would have if that was the new intro song. Since he's so picky.
It's better than Escape the Fate, you would say.
I agree. I'm petitioning for it. I want it.
You know what? Okay, how about this? I don't often speak directly to the audience because I'm on fucking low res, so everything you guys say is in fucking hieroglyphics. So if any of you are good at making like remixes, make a remix of the vegan vagina juice thing, and if it's really good, if we don't make it our intro, we'll at least show it.
Yeah. You got to make it super metal, though, so Billy won't shit himself.
Well, either super metal or like the best EDM you could possibly do, if that's your thing. Because I'll be all right with it.
VVJ.
Should we
Or
just
how about
stop
this?
like
If
the
you can
cringe
make-
zone? Go ahead.
If you can make like a 1980s like punk song version of that,
Like the Misfits version of vegan vagina juice. Can we get that?
yeah. Well, anyway, yeah.
Should we just go ahead and just like go right in? Like, because I got a Steve McRae fan fiction. So should we just go ahead
The
and just like after this? Because, yeah. Thanks to Deconverted Man.
Okay.
Let's just. I can't play the rest of the stuff because it just seems like minuscule to what we just fucking watched. Like it's not cringe enough. That was like the creme de la creme of fucking cringe. I can't play the
I
rest of
cringed
this.
so
We even
hard I
got.
thought I was gonna get a hernia for a second there.
Yeah,
Literally,
That was about.
We got a
So
right.
you guys are
video,
basically-
and I can't do this.
So you guys are basically saying the only way to out cringe what we just saw is Steve McRae fanfic. I feel you. I feel you.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Gone sexual because I'm reading it.
Earbud warning.
Oh my Ow. Oh, good. I can read it.
All right, gotta go
Why does
to
this
the
look like a
next
Facebook
one.
message?
'Cause that's how I had to put it because it was like Twitter was doing something weird. We need the other one first.
So apparently
the
this
second
is
one.
the Steve
There we
McRae
go.
fan fiction.
That was made last week. Thanks to because we were doing the Sonic one. Then Deconverted Man's
Yeah.
like, I could do one right now, and he sent me this. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Outstanding. All right, so this is the first one.
Yeah.
Get ready, strap in. All right. It was late that night, and the after show had ended. Steve was clearly drunk. So drunk. A latecomer who calls himself Dan Green entered the chat. He had just closed it from YouTube, but the hangout was still there. Hey, DM, Steve said, referring to Dan's alter ego, the converted man. Sup? Asked Dan. So, you like what you see? Steve asked. What? Dan asked. Steve then took off his shirt to reveal his 10-pack abs. You might object and say that people only have 6-pack abs, but you haven't seen Steve's chest. The white glare from Steve's pale skin exploded through the screen like a beam of light from heaven itself. The awe and wonder of his manly nipples was so tight and hard that women in a 5-mile radius became pregnant.
Pregnant. Yes. Steve. I had no idea you had a 10-pack, homie.
It's not physically possible unless you are Steve.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Steve always makes my butthole wet, so I can see where he's coming from there.
I didn't really need to know that, but okay.
Well, that's debatable if you needed to know. I think everyone needs to know that Steve McRae makes me slide out of my chair because my butt's so wet.
I mean, he looks like he's probably old enough to be my literal dad, so like.
Yeah, that's what I call him too.
You call him dad, or is it?
Yeah,
dad?
No, we don't do that cutesy shit. I go in dry. You know what that woman was talking about earlier about the magazine.
You don't call me dad, but I'm only like a year and a half younger than Steve McRae.
I can start.
No, thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna start calling Boo Daddy from now on.
Daddy Boo.
Daddy Boo.
Next video, Daddy Boo. I think he just quit.
Yeah, I think he literally just quit.
No, like, literally, that's the end of the show. There's nothing left, folks.
As if there would be after that.
We'll play. We'll do the rest of it.
It wasn't nearly as bad as the Sonic fanfic.
Yeah. So no, there's like more to it, and it gets even like it's more disturbing as you go on.
Yeah,
So-
we're just in the infancy of Steve McRae fanfic.
If there is more to that and people actually want to hear me read it, like let somebody who's actually still on the internet know, and I'll actually.
Damn it. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. Aaron, again, shout out your channel. I think you got something. Someone put it up into the chat with the surfs later today, maybe.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know this. I figured this was only going to be an hour and a half long, so I had another video scheduled for just after this was on. So, and it just started up like about 3 seconds ago. So yeah, anybody that's watching here, if you want more of my bullshit, there's a stream that I had from the other day going on my channel right now. So go check that out. That'd be fantastic. And yeah, check out my channel, Re-Education. Subscribe if you want, or come and leave me hate comments. I love those. And thank you very much for having me on again. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for
problem.
coming, man.
I just put the link out in the chat, so if you guys want to, just head on over there and check it out. So normally we try to keep it an hour long, but we're still trying to with the new segment, so it goes a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna let Bran show us out, then we can leave.
So yeah, as always, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't and you hope we're vanquished from the existence of the goddamn planet, you can leave a downvote too. We don't really give a shit. Let us know what you think. Also, guys, share us out as always. That's the best way to support the channel. If you can't help us financially, share us out. Get us out there. Subscribe if you're new. I don't know why the fuck you would after what we just watched, but you can subscribe. You can ring that little bell next door. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll know when we go live or upload. There's also a join button right next to the subscription button where you get some pretty cool, nifty perks for supporting us. And yeah, speaking of that, the Patreon link is down below if you'd rather support us that way, one-time donation or become a monthly contributor. If you're going to buy anything off Amazon, we do have an affiliate link down below. Don't be a dick. Just fucking use our link to buy the shit you're going to buy any fucking way. We get a little kickback of the proceeds there. It's helpful. We do have some merch available, link down below at Teespring, and all of our social media links are down there as well. So I guess that's about it, everyone. I want to thank Aaron for joining us. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Boo. Thank you, Frank. And big fuck you to Billy, who didn't even show up today. Yeah, you better have a good goddamn excuse, kid, because next week it's gonna come too soon. Yeah, but yeah, That's all I got. Thanks everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. We're good to go.